Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Backs here. From the gun, running back on the move. They stop him after a 6-yard run out through the 24.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll leave it with the lone back. Still on his feet at the 35. All out of space. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Penn State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Off play action. The throw. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
The Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to pass. It's Stockton. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Supposed to be relaxing. This incomplete on third down.
What we saw earlier in the game, after not getting it on third, going for it on fourth down and having success, so you got to wonder, after that incompletion, are they going to try that again and stay aggressive here on fourth?
A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. And this will push the offense back as they mark it dead at the 10. The only thing I can think is he just didn't see him signal for the fair catch. That's an easy call for the official, and they'll accept the penalty. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Singleton. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. And the Nittany Lions want to move quickly.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were
wide open spaces. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Running inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And how about the big athlete, the ability to catch the football and then also do damage after the catch? You see so many athletic tight ends nowadays with physicality and the ability to make you miss. He breaks a tackle and goes a long way for the big touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did get that extra point through with no problem despite the snowy surface. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finished with a 62-yard pass for the score. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. To the running back. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Powers through the defender. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, pound, pound. The dog pound. Run the football. Be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
Holds and fires complete to the right.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Dogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Trying play action. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big third down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
I really like this call to go for it on 4th down in this area of the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on. But with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And he's brought down after the spin move for a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
From the gun, the ground game. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Offense facing 4th down.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. This quarterback part of their running game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 2nd down coming up. To the air, it's Allard. Unloads it downfield. And that will fall incomplete as we have played 1 quarter, a quarter in which they tried to wrap it up with a huge play.
Penn State 14, Georgia 0.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got it set up on the outside. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Nittany Lions will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Looking for room, it's Frazier. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time but you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pulls it in, it's dealt. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat.
There he goes! Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Great job by the defense here rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
Send the tight end in motion. The play action fake. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. And this is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now, they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
It's second and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. It's complete on the right side. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
These old girders are rocking on third down here at Beaver Stadium. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's dealt. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun to give, looking for room. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
A strike downfield. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
Brought down near the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Georgia.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia.
one thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
Lining up for the PAT.
Is on for the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Looking for a man. It's Aller. He's moving out of the pocket. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Pena. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. The Nittany Lions in the hurry-up. Snap from the gun on third down. Buys a little time with his feet. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
That is a beautiful throw. We were all talking coming into this game. We weren't sure if anyone was going to be able to complete a pass because of these conditions. And as a quarterback, when you're throwing in the snow, the ball's slick. Anyone running a route, it's hard to get in and out of breaks. But those two guys were on the same page right there, coming up with a huge play in the inclement weather.
They've got it. First and 10 at the 42. Wants to throw on first down. He's going for the big play. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
What a nice job intercepting the snowball there. The quarterback threw the snowball down the field. Couldn't get it to his wide receiver. Defensive back makes a great play. Tell you what, this snow definitely affecting the game.
Got it behind the line. It's Singleton. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And the Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Fires to the tight end. And they'll knock him down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Bully ball on third and short. absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The Nittany Lions will move the sticks. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Back to throw, it's Allard. Quarterback on the move, still looking. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. The Nittany Lions will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Going right to work up top. Got a man, it's Bell. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch, it's White. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Bulldogs can really attack on this second and short. Got it in the middle, it's Delp. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. To throw, it's Stockton. Makes the catch, it's Frazier. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Just keep slinging it. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they hoped for. Touchdown, Penn State! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Here he comes with the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. They'll start this drive going to the air. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick six. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
Yeah, and that's tough, man. God, I think you got him wide open, and that cat can roll. You're not talking about, a guy that's an average runner on the outside. You got to give him a little bit of a chance to run underneath that, put a little more air underneath it, but he just overshoots the runway.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Takes a handoff. It's Frazier. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Fires to the big fella. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. To the air on 1st down. Finds his tight end. And that had all the makings of dog meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? Give to the back. There he goes. It's a seam wide open. He's at the 10. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs! There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. The pitch to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to...
Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
When you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Aller. Oh, they're after him. On target to the left. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44. curl route seems simple, but when you time it like that so it's right on him, man, that's a tough play to stop.
And give the receiver a lot of credit, too, because he knew where the sticks were. He got his depth on the route, and then he came back to the football. All young receivers can learn from the
pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical. And then guess what? It gets into passing situations. Now I'm quick. Now I'm on the edge. Now I'm making that quarterback's life a living you-know-what.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
The Nittany Lions are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And that is elite 3rd down defense. First of all, you get him in 3rd and long, and then you look to the go-to guy. Jesse, I am committing my resources to him because I know he's a freak, and I know you as a quarterback, you're trying to find that dude.
Yeah, and it's hard, 3rd in California, to convert that. Doesn't matter how good your receiver is, and this dude's obviously one of the best in the country, but the defense, they were all over it, they were ready for it, and they get the big pick.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Grabbed in the middle, it's Bell. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget.
And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll call for the fair catch here. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Singleton. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Sets up the screen. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
So first down will open up the final period. The toss to the outside. Runs through the tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Singleton. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Back to pass, it's Allard. Here's the pressure. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Nittany Lions will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking for room, it's Frazier. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now the play fake. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide out level noise. Shotgun snap on third down. The sure hands, it's Frazier. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Quickly complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on fourth down. He has a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before, ice in their veins. You saw it there on that completion to keep the sticks moving.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Scanning the field, it's Stockton. Finds his man, it's Frazier. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's caught. It's Frazier. And he'll be run on bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Gonna look downfield again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. To the ground with the back. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
To the ground to try to move the chains. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Well, when you've had the day that this guy's had so far, why not hand it off to him on third down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy has been a monster all game.
They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Running back searching for a hole. Got the first down and still on his feet. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. And the Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Ross. He's loose. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 44-yard line.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
From the gun, the running back has it. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy... Good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And if you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points, and this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Looking for a man. It's Allard. Gets it to him on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That's reeled in. It's Pena. Purdy on the Jets. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
And I love the quarterback's accuracy. Hit him in stride, man. Hit him where he can catch the football and continue to run and do more damage after the catch like he did right there.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
You want to bring in your tight ends? You want to bring in more beef for that offensive line? I'm going to bring in more beef. Nice job by the defense understanding the situation. Red zone, field shrinks. I need more bigger personnel on the field, some big guys that can stop the run. Played the run well. Great job by the defense understanding the situation.
The Nittany Lions need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, he leads it with the back. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he nailed it. It's good through the snowflakes. He finds a way to get it to go. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA